Hi, Run Your Story family. This is Allison Gilliard with Run Your Story, and I am so honored to be able to share with you my dearest friend, Michelle Onderdonk, and her runner story. Just so good and so thankful for her. And you guys are also going to hear about her crazy, scary bike accident that she had and how she wasn't able to run for a while. And so now she's making comebacks, and I'm so proud of her. And she's overcome a lot. And what a runner she is, what an athlete she is. And I'm truly grateful for her and her friendship and what she brings to our running community, and so many memories with her. And so this was such a great moment to be able to sit down with her, because I didn't know her story, and we've known each other for years. And so this was a real treat for me. And so I hope you guys really get to hear my dearest friend, Michelle, and her run story. And just thank you again for what you do, Michelle, from coaching to being such an encouraging spirit, and truly grateful for you, my friend. Guys, this podcast is made possible by Stopping Traffic, which is a nonprofit organization that strives to combat human trafficking in our state. Through education and advocacy, these guys have been able to share with children and adults the dangers of online predators and trafficking. Together, guys, we can shine a light on a dark area of exploitation. So join us in the fight against human trafficking. For more resources and information, please visit their social media pages and website, www.stoppingtraffic.com. So guys, here's my friend Michelle and her run story. Yay, I'm so excited because I've known you for years, but I would consider you such a dear friend, a bestie. We've done so many things together. We actually even did a relay try together, and man, we coached together. You've brought me into some stuff, Michelle. So I am so excited to have you. Thank you for finally saying yes.
Thank you for being determined.
That's right. I finally wore you down. I'm so excited. So I am excited because I know parts of your running story, but not the start of your running story. What is your run story, Michelle?
Okay, so my run story, I always enjoyed running as a kid, but back in my day as a kid, there weren't running clubs like you have today for kids to be able to do. So I played softball. And during that time, running was your punishment. You always had to go run for punishment, but I still liked to run. And for my teammates, I always try to be their encourager with the running, because majority of them absolutely despised the running part. And then when I was training for softball tryouts, a lot of times too, I would go and run with my uncle. And he was always an inspiration. He was an encourager. He also would share his own faith of the Lord with me, which was a huge inspiration for me as well. And then in later years, as I continued to run, the door opened for me to be able to be a running coach at Christ United Methodist for the kids there. And so I was able to share with the kids my own faith with them, my own ability to, when I run, a lot of times I run by myself, and that's my opportunity a lot of times to just talk to the Lord, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, man. And you've come such a long way, because I'm just going to go ahead and dive into that. And that is, oh man, how long has it been since your accident?
4 years.
4 years. Has it really?
No.
Gosh. So one day I get this text, and the text from you made no sense at all. Little did I know that you had a traumatic experience and that you had been rushed to the ambulance. So it makes sense that the text message I got from you made absolutely no sense. We were coaching together at Christ United, and you didn't show up. And I was like, where's Michelle? She got me into this. Like, where is she at? And then they told me, and I was like, well, I didn't get a text. I did get a text. So let's talk about that. You were training for a triathlon, right? Okay.
Half distance try, and then I was on my bike, and I thought I was safely training for it, but then the person in front of me happened to just stop for a turtle in front of me, which ended up causing me to skid for 35-40 feet before hitting a curb.
Wow.
My helmet was crushed up, and broken. And so that's what saved my life, was wearing my helmet. But I do not remember anything from that day or month after. I know nothing of that experience. It was a struggle afterwards as far as running. And at that time, they didn't know what was wrong, and finally did more films and found out about a pelvis and a sacral fracture. So every time I was trying to run, I was hunched over in significant pain.
Wow. And so imagine my shock at different races where I've seen you run again, and I'm like, yes, she's back, so excited. Not that I could ever keep up with you anyway prior to the injury, but even now I still can't. I'm like, you go, Michelle, that's my friend. That's my bestie out there on the pavement doing her thing.
Because I was so determined that I was going to be able to run again.
Yeah.
So despite the pain, despite the frustration of not being able to run, how long it took to be able to start again, and then it was like starting all over again. But I was still determined I was going to be able to do it.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are still. I love that. Oh, man. So let's talk about some lessons that you've learned from running.
Okay, so some lessons I've learned is one of the biggest lessons to me is to persevere. So when I run, I often repeat Hebrews 12:1. And that's my favorite Bible verse, and to run with perseverance, with endurance, the race set before you. I've had injuries and other life happenings that have just gotten me down, but I continue to persevere.
I love that. Oh, that's so good. Do you have a favorite race?
Okay. As far as favorite race, there's one for me was doing my first marathon, which was First Light Mobile. And I believe the reason for that too was because it was a big goal to accomplish.
Sure.
And then I also became injured during my training for it.
Oh, Michelle.
And then what happened was, then my friends knew that I was doing it, and they teamed up to do the relay. And then they were running the relay alongside me to encourage me while I was doing it, and in case anything happened. And so then I had another group of friends who are not runners, but they are fabulous cheerleaders. And so they were in a caravan following along. And each of the stops, they were there to cheer along, where the people that were doing the relay were swapping out. So they were stopped there so that they could cheer me on. And then they were all at the finish line. And then my twin brother, he was standing at the finish line, and I didn't know he was coming. And so he was standing there with open arms. So that was a huge deal, and being able to accomplish that, and then just, again, persevering through the injuries to get through it and to finish it. And then my other race that I guess, which is one of my favorites, but it's because I did it with the running club kids, and it was the donut dash race.
Okay.
At the University of South Alabama campus. And the race included eating donuts.
Oh, okay.
However, I had told them there was no way I was eating a donut in doing a race, because I knew what would happen to myself if I did that. After the race, or after I'd finished the race, I would always go and check on my kids to see where they were. And I had great kids finish. It was great watching Jake finish. He was always such a determined little racer, and now he's grown up and racing for Baker and doing cross country for them. And then Victoria, who when she first started looked like running club was going to kill her. And then she actually placed, so it was fantastic to see the smile on her face. And then there were two Noahs that I was like, where in the world are they? So I run back to go find them, and they're walking along with the cop car following behind them. And one of the Noahs has tears just flowing down. I'm like, Noah, what's wrong? And the other Noah informs me that he ate a dozen donuts and drank 6 Dasani waters.
Oh, whoa.
I have no idea how he even made it that far. And then probably about 100 feet before the finish line, he just vomits.
Oh.
And then he takes off running for the finish line and completes over the finish line actually running. So I was so proud of him because he actually did and finished the race. He finished. It didn't matter that the cop car was behind him or what. He finished the race.
He felt a little bit better after that.
He felt a little better. And then it was encouraging to me that one of the other kids in running club walked alongside him and didn't leave him behind.
I love that. That is so cute. And I love how you've brought in that it's about community and family that are being there, even non-runners. We need the cheerleaders. We need those people in our lives. I love that.
And the cheerleaders help.
Absolutely.
They push you.
Yes. Whether it's us being a cheerleader during a race or being a cheerleader when we're volunteering or whatever it is, it's huge. I love that so much. What does Michelle's pre-race routine look like? Because I know you have one.
Michelle's always nervous before any race. She does not know why yet.
Are you really?
Yes.
Okay.
So I try to do some stretching. I need to improve on stretching more.
Same.
However, I do that, and then I have to just go run around and get away from all of the excitement of everything and try to work out my nerves.
Okay. That's fair. There you go. Do you have something that you like to do post-race?
And also pre-race, I have to say a lot of prayer to help me through it. And then post-race, I stretch, try to, again, need a little more improvement on the stretching part. And then just go find some water, find friends, congratulate my friends for finishing and cheering on others and the others that are still running to finish.
I love that so much. What is your favorite running item?
A good pair of running shoes.
Oh, okay. So what are your good pair of running shoes?
So as you know, and have had experience with, I will come in the store and try on every single pair, and I seem to still continue to walk out with the Brooks Ghost.
Okay, there we go. You literally have. And the thing is, you've tried on different shoes. You've tried running in different shoes. Too.
Right. I've tried, and then I still go back to those.
That's hilarious. Hey, when the shoe works, it works, you know? For your longer runs, is there a way that you fuel?
For fuel, it's usually some gummies.
Okay.
Or the honey stingers.
I'm with you there. Do you have a particular flavor you like for the honey stingers?
Usually the caramel.
Oh, okay. Got it. Do you have a favorite running memory?
So my favorite running memory would be coaching the running club kids again. A particular race that I did, I was coaching the running club kids and then encouraged Willie, my husband, and Reed to do the race. And Reed was not a runner, but I encouraged him to do it anyway. He was coming to do the fun run. And this was a particular race. You were there. I could not run, but I was coaching. And so Willie was doing the fun run with Reed, and then afterwards was doing the 5K.
Okay.
So I took Reed to watch Willie run by one section, and watching his face and his excitement, watching his dad was so sweet. And I didn't know my dad could run that fast. And did you have fun running the fun run? And he said, yes. And he paused and he said, no, not at all. So I respected his honesty, especially because he knew that I'd probably sign him up for another one.
That's Reed. I love that kid so much. Do you have a post-race meal that you're like, ooh, I cannot wait to eat that?
Anything good.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing in particular, just something good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you there. Do you listen to running jams?
I like to listen to music that's positive, upbeat. Some of the music that I'll listen to is Christian music, sometimes pop, sometimes rock. Eye of the Tiger and Thunderstruck might be two of my favorite songs. So.
I had no idea about that. Okay.
I learned some new things.
Do you have a favorite recovery tool?
I love the compression sleeves.
Okay. Do you like them to sleep in after, or?
Sometimes I fall asleep wearing them and then wake up and have them cycle again.
That's right. You're like, that was amazing. Let's go again. Right. I I love
Right.
that. That's amazing. Do you have a favorite cross-training activity?
So cycling
Mm-hmm.
would be one of my favorites. And then I've also been doing a Functionally Fit class. And
Okay.
I feel like that's helped as well.
Good.
And strength training.
Okay. That's awesome. And we've actually biked a couple of times together.
Yes.
That's always another thing that we like to do together. Super fun. Do you have a race that you're like, I don't think I want to do that one again?
Sometimes I feel like right when you finish and you feel like you're dead, you
Yeah.
say that you're not going to ever do that one again. But time goes by and you just kind of forget some of those memories of how horrible it might have been. And so then you're like, yeah, I'll do it again.
Okay.
And I feel like even though there might be some races might not perform as well and as others, sometimes it might be due to the conditions of the weather, how hot it may be, or training conditions if you haven't been able to train as much. However, I feel like you can gain from any of them, even if it's having a walk during a lot of the race, just having the spirit and the nature around you and being able to just take it all in and absorb it and being around everyone and just having the atmosphere.
Oh, that's good. I like that. That's really good. Let's say that someone comes to you and they're like, Michelle, I want to start running. What is some advice that you would give to them?
And the advice I give when people come to me, and I'll come all the time at work to ask about how can I start running, and I can't even run like a block. So I say, well, just pick your street, and if you have a stop sign, try to go from like your house to maybe 3 houses down, or to a stop sign, and then walk for about 5 minutes, and then try to run a minute again, or just make yourself a goal, like I'm going to run from here to that mailbox. And then each time that you're running, trying to make it a little bit further that you run until you actually are able to get there. And you may still be running and walking, but you're still moving.
Absolutely. I love that. That's good. That is so, so good. All right, my friend, what are some goals that you have?
Some goals that I have. I guess before it was like to eventually do an ultra marathon. I don't know if that will actually be accomplished, but maybe.
Okay.
If the running cooperates, to maybe one day be able to do that.
Okay.
We'll see. And then right now it's just take it day by day and run when I can. And sometimes the body says, nope, not today. And so I have to overcome what my brain beats myself up over and accept and be happy that I'm able to run it all. Considering the accident and everything that happened, that I'm not paralyzed and that I am able to run.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. I will say it's adorable seeing you and Willie at races because it's like I knew you before Willie, and so it's like just seeing this whole other side. It's just adorable. And yes, Willie, if you're listening to this, I do like you, despite what you may think. Michelle's still my favorite, though. Okay? You're close second, Willie.
That's awesome.
I would say I like Reed. Reed's a second. Willie probably be third.
That's hilarious.
Okay. So let's say you have a bad day, or you're like, you know what, the body's not cooperating, but I know I need to get on the run. Is there a mantra that you have?
Still, again, I go back to that run with perseverance.
Yeah.
And just putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Don't try to worry about your speed. Just getting the one foot in front of the other.
And that's coming from somebody who's fast, Michelle. You are a speedster.
I've lost some speed.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a favorite length to run, whether it's training or a race or anything like that?
I like all of them. I think it gives me different goals to try to maintain.
Okay.
I feel like a 5K, I'm going to run faster or try to run faster than I would a pace in a marathon. So I feel like I like all of them. I like all of the distances. Maybe my favorite might be the 10K.
Okay.
That's kind of put it a little more in the middle there.
I like that. Nice. Okay. When you're not running, what do you like to do?
So then I'm cycling or to hike. and are working.
Just so people know, you're a NICU nurse.
Work some long hours.
Mm-hmm. And we have the fur baby.
And we have Ellie.
Yes. Right.
and take Ellie for walks and spoil her, and she thinks she's a person. She doesn't know she's a dog.
And then, of course, you have that husband you have to take care of. And, of course, Reed. We love Reed. So, my friend, are there any final words of wisdom that you want to share?
My final words of wisdom would be to say it does not matter how fast you finish the race, as long as you finish the race. And that most run because we love it. The freedom it gives us, the goal to focus on, the way it makes us feel, and to run when you can, walk if you have to, crawl if you must.
Yes.
And just never give up. And basically, we're all runners, just some are faster than others.
I love that. That is so good. Again, I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you, because what a journey you've been on. And so I'm truly grateful for your friendship, but also grateful that I get to watch you do the amazing things that you do, and that occasionally I get to accompany you. So like on the bike or when we do a relay. So I'm truly grateful for that, and that you are such a joyous runner, and you really are encouraging. And so I thank you for that, Michelle.
Thank you.
Oh, yay. Thanks, our friends. Perseverance, determination, and a great spirit. That is my friend Michelle. And wow, just so grateful for you and what you do for our running community, and truly grateful for what you mean to me. And I'm just so thankful that you've been able to overcome that bike accident, and that you survived it. Truly, truly grateful for that. And again, just love you, my friend, and just so grateful for you and what you do and for who you are. And you make the running community so much better. And so thank you again for sharing, Michelle. You guys have no idea how long it took me to get her on this podcast. So this truly was an honor for me. And just again, thank you, my friend. Guys, cannot say enough great things about Gilliard Tech Services. Check him out at GilliardTS.com. This podcast would not be possible without the production skills Gray has with Gilliard Tech Services. So if you're looking to spruce up your existing website, or if you need a new one, Gilliard Tech Services is here to help. Gilliard Tech Services is also offering an AI camp from July 24th through July 28th for middle schoolers and high schoolers. Students will create a game or business just by using AI tools online. Your students will not want to miss this opportunity. So check him out. He's also on social media. And again, thank you so much, Gray, for all that you do for Run Your Story, from the website to editing. Truly, truly thankful for you. And guys, also thankful for Mars Hill for providing a safe place for us to be able to record, and all that they do for believing in Run Your Story. Thank you, Mars Hill, and so appreciative. Guys, thank the Patreon supporters, and if you want to be thanked, become one, because thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys keep this podcast going, and you make it possible. That's one less thing we have to worry about, and so we're always looking to improve. So become a Patreon supporter, get some cool swag, and again, thank our Patreon supporters. We truly appreciate you and all that you do, and thank you for being part of the Run Your Story family. Guys, like, share, comment, do whatever you need to do to get the stories out here. And so one way to do that is on your podcast player to subscribe and to like us and to comment about it, but also in social media, share away. This is how your stories get out there and get told, because they're beautiful and they need to be told. So get to it. Click away, click away, click away. And thank you again, Michelle, for sharing your story, because now it's become a part of mine and it's become a part of our running communities. And so, guys, let's get out there. Let's hit the pavement and run your story, because every story needs to be heard.